In this video, I'm going to show you a super simple trading strategy that anyone can use and be profitable from day one. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced trader, this situation presents itself almost every single day, and I'm going to show you how we can take advantage of that. Let's jump right in. One of the things I really like about this strategy is it is super simple. It requires no bias, meaning you don't have to understand where the market is going, the trend, the direction, anything like that. You don't have to sit around all day waiting for a trade. Most trades take place within the first hour of the US market open. The US market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all you have to do is be present during that time and be looking for the trade I'm about to show you. And best of all, anyone can do this, whether you're a beginner trader, intermediate trader, or advanced trader. Anyone can take advantage of this. Now let's go over what we're going to be looking for this trade setup. The first thing we're waiting on is the US market to open at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be on the 5-minute time frame, and when the US market opens, we're going to watch that first candle open and close, and then we're going to mark out the high and low of that candle. I'm going to show you an example in just a moment. We're going to watch that candle for a few minutes until we get a range break, and at approximately 9:45, we're going to look for a change in stochastic momentum on the 3-minute time frame. Once we get that 3-minute stochastic change, we're going to enter our trade to back test the range break. Let's go take a look and see what that looks like. Here's an example I have, and I'm going to show you in real time what this looks like. On this green candle with a long wick, that was our opening 5-minute candle for the US market open. We went ahead and marked the low and the high of this range, okay? We watched it dance around for a few minutes until exactly 8:45 on this example. Stochastic on this next candle that you cannot see on slide number 2 shifted to the upside. We entered along and took it back to the range break low where we took profit, just like this. It played out to perfection. Let's see what that looks like in real time. So here we're taking a look at the Bitcoin chart on the 5-minute time frame. Now, this works with any assets you want to use. It works with forex stocks, it works with gold, it works with cryptocurrency. I personally prefer, with the US market open, to use Bitcoin because the volatility is so much greater. You can make a much larger profit in a shorter amount of time. So here you can see at the bottom where the US market opens. I have it marked out for you. You can see our very first 5-minute candle here. When it opens and closes, we're going to go mark the high of the range and the low of that range for that candle. Then we're going to switch on over to the 3-minute time frame to monitor it from there. Once you switch over to 3-minute time frame, there's only one other thing that we have to do. We have to go add one indicator, and that indicator is going to be stochastic. So we're going to come to our indicators, we're going to type in stochastic, and there's going to be a whole bunch of them, but we're just going to pick the one that says stochastic. That's it. That's the indicator we want for this, and we're ready to go. Now we're on the 3-minute time frame. We have our range clearly defined, and we're watching stochastic momentum. Now let's rewind price action and watch this thing unfold in real time here, okay? So we have our 5-minute time frame marked out. We have our stochastic on, and let's watch this thing and show what we're looking for, a change in stochastic momentum. You can see at this point, as price is coming down, stochastic is also headed to the downside, okay? We know that the first move at US market open at 9:30 Eastern time is almost always a false move. About 9:45 or when the real moves usually begin, okay? And it's usually a reversal from whatever the first opening move was. So on this particular candle that I paused it at, we're at 8:48, okay? Stochastic is still headed to the downside. We're itching to enter a trade here along back to the range break here. We're just waiting for the stochastic momentum to curve back to the upside. Let's continue. The next candle, there it is. You see, as soon as the next candle opens, you get the switch back to the upside and stochastic momentum. Do you see that? That is our entry signal. So we're going to enter our long right here. And I usually like to go for a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So we're going to take this long up to the range break. And our stop loss is going to be somewhere right in there for a 3-to-1 risk to reward. Okay, this works almost every single US market open if you do it exactly like I'm telling you. Let's go forward and see how this plays out. And there it is. There's our take profit right there. We came up, perfectly back tested the range, and we took profit. We exited the trade for a quick $500. Now, if you like, you can continue to stay in this trade, and I have plenty of other strategies on my channel. I offer VIP Discord to where you can watch me enter this trade live, and I manage it live. So if I think it's going to continue higher, you can stay with me and we can manage this trade. You can take it right alongside me if you like. Let's see what this one actually did. Continued on to the upside a little while longer. So we could have squeezed a little bit more profit out of there, but hey, we didn't want to get greedy. We took our profit. That's the trade we're looking for. A quick 500 bucks in about 10 minutes. No problem. Now, if you're wondering how I got to that $500 number, your profit may vary based on how much you're actually leverage trading with or how great your leverage is. For me, I typically start a leverage trade in the morning with a $5,000 trading account and I use 10x leverage. Sometimes a little more leverage, just depends on how I'm feeling for the day. On this particular trade, that was a 1% move back up to the range break. So we took a $5,000 account times 10x leverage equals $50,000 margin. That was our position size on the trade. And we got a profit of 1% of that on the move, which gives us a $500 profit. And it literally took us about 10 minutes from the time we entered the trade to the time we exited the trade. You can't beat that.